You are in the chill zone with Cranky and the Swag Man.
Let's roll.
One day I'll be able to afford a fader, but today's not the day. No, fade that
One day
out
we'll
nice and
actually
smoothly. Just pull the volume
That-
down on it. Have
yeah,
it still
just
going in the
get out.
background a little bit. No.
That'd be
Maybe once this podcast does eventually make the algorithm, we'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, but when we start to roll and the cash flow starts to come in, that'd be nice. So to
That
all
would
you
be nice.
businesses out there who would like to sponsor a podcast that has zero funding to its name and has so many followers that it would make the Australian Prime Minister cry.
And that's 4.
That's 4.
That's
And that is more than the
4.
Australian Prime Minister.
4 more people in this country that like us than like him.
Exactly right. It is
My
a lot
word.
better.
I saw that speech and that was pathetic.
The speech is beyond a joke. I
Gof-
haven't spoken to many people that have said, "Oh, it was a great speech." I think they've all come out and they've all said, "That is a shocking announcement. Why did he take up airtime?" People
That
missed
was
out
the
watching maths for that. Like maths had to reschedule because of that.
That was the most limp-wristed, pathetic public address I've ever seen, and I'm South African. I mean,
In all honesty, I don't know why he came out to say it. Like he literally came out to say, "Hey,
let's all
don't
just
buy
be
fuel
kinder.
and
Yeah,
leave it for the essential workers." No,
let's all just be kind to our neighbours in this trying time and whinge. Like Gough Whitlam's 1975 dismissal speech, this thing was not. Okay,
yeah, no, I wasn't a fan
What a
of
wa-
it.
I'm so
It was
glad.
probably
I'm
the
so glad
worst.
we didn't have to pay to watch that.
Mate, if we had to pay to watch that, or if it was compulsory to watch, we'd have problems.
I'd be throwing rotten fruit at my TV.
Mate, I would track him down and I would throat punch him.
Don't you want to do that anyway?
I want to do that anyway. Honestly, he just needs to do Australia a favor, come out and go, look, I understand people don't like me. I'm going to do the right thing now because it's in Australia's best interest if I stand down. I think he needs to do that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, but like I said,
And then just say
for
he
the
got
last-
it wrong.
like I said to you, before we started recording, over the last 20 or so years, we have not had a single prime minister who has been in it for the good of the country.
No, they've all
I
been
mean,
in
the
it for
last
themselves.
the last one I can think of who actually gave a shit about Australia was John Howard.
Yeah. Even though he made shit hard, at least he was fucking honest about shitting down our throat.
Hey, he brought in Medicare.
He brought in Medicare.
was
He
it
done
him?
some good things, and well, pretty sure it was him.
I think
yeah.
was it him that brought in Medicare? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. No, he done a lot more than anyone else has done. And to be honest, when he had to shit down your throat, at least he was telling you that he was shitting down your throat. Like,
And why?
yeah, and why? It wasn't just I'm shitting down your throat, but I'm going to shit down your throat, and here's why. Yeah, there hasn't
It's
been
like-
a prime minister for a very long time. Labor used to be for the working class man, and somehow along the way they soon realised, hey, we don't have to listen to any of the rules, and why are we? Like, it somehow got lost over the generations. So I'm not sure how.
It's not even the
So-
generations. It's just been one generation, ours.
Yeah, ours. It's
And
It's
now
been
we're here paying the price.
absolutely- Sorry, my son is like sticking me to the cupboard so I can't move.
That's toddlers for
Yeah,
you.
no,
They'll do that. Toddlers love getting in the way.
I'm at the point now where our only hope is Pauline Hanson. That's
Yeah.
the sort of level we're at now. If Pauline Hanson eventually becomes Prime Minister and she does what everyone else is doing, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done with Australia. I will pack my shit. That'll be it. Done. Outies.
Yeah, I hear that. It'd be
Because,
seriously disappointing.
It would be, she's honestly Australia's last hope to any kind of salvation, to some sort of recovery, to bring back the working class people, small business, all that kind of, the farmers need help and she is all about helping.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, she
So
runs a small business herself, doesn't she?
yeah, well, that's it.
Well, at
So
least she did.
she,
I don't know if she still does. I mean,
I
she
think
ran a
she
fish
was
and
a
chip
fish and
shop
chip
in
shop. Yeah, I
what
think
town was it again? Some Queensland town close to the border.
some Queens. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's just full time
That's worth
politics now. But
that's worth Googling. Let's Google that. Get
that shit
Google
up.
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
Where
I don't
is hey?
understand where Labor and Liberal have just forgotten who they're fighting for. Like you've seen Pauline Hanson get upper house seats the week before last, right, through this election. Penny Wong comes out and goes, "Look at what
Mm,
you've done.
mm.
Look at what you've done." It's like, how about look what you've done? And why are you pointing fingers at the one party that is about to make you shit your pants? Like, you just need to realize, get on fucking board with her.
Pauline Hanson's shop was in Ipswich.
That's the one.
And guess what? Now she sold the shop some years ago now, but she has now opened a fish and chip van.
Hmm.
Anyway,
So she's gone
on with
back
what
to
you were
the
saying.
roots,
Sorry.
fish and chip
Yeah.
van. Yeah, no, it's yeah, obviously Pauline Hanson won seats and all Labor could do was come out and say, "Look at what you've done to us. Look at what you've done." It's like, well, let's think about this. Like, there's a reason why people have voted for Pauline Hanson. The other party who preferenced One Nation had nothing to do with it. It's just they let their votes because of how fucked up you made the system and how you made the voting system work is what got her the preferences. Now, if this was just based on Blinky Bill voted for One Nation, that's it. But
That'd be Freaky Bill.
one nation then can't go, oh, but we're going to go preference Liberal or we're going to go
Yeah.
preference Labor. Now, she made that mistake. That's a whole nother story. She made that mistake some years ago, never again. But that's the way it is. Our democracy is parties get a preference to send their votes somewhere else. You expel that, then did One Nation really get any upper house seats? I don't think they would have got the numbers.
No. And they've
So
got what, 3 of them now? Yeah,
they're
that's pretty good.
starting to become a
But
real
although
problem. And Anthony
I
Albanese
must
came out the other week and said, "Hey, Barnaby Joyce gave me a call. We had an open discussion and it was great. And I'll give credit where credit is due." No, what it is he knows he's fucked. And he
see
now
how
knows
even
he
that's
has
a
to
more
work with One
stirring thing that
Nation.
he could have said on live TV rather than whatever nonsense he spat out. But
I know.
I've got to give Pauline Hanson this. If that chip shop, if that chip van thing is true, that's a bloody brilliant idea. You know why? You know how good a fish and chip van would be on the campaign trail?
Oh, so good. You know how many
You
free
know how
fish and
many
chips you
cunts are
could
just
give
going to
out?
turn up to they're just going to turn up to the speeches just for the fish and chips.
100%.
Come for the fish and chips, stay for the speech.
Exactly. Exactly what it'll be. And to be honest, I think it's great that she's doing that because it is such a good gimmick on its own. Like, one, it's a good business idea. And two,
Mhm,
well,
mhm.
while you're on the campaign trail, why not?
It's like the old Bunnings snag, isn't it? The Bunnings sausage. You gotta get
Exactly
a
right.
sausage sanger while you're at Bunnings. And
Well,
then
that's
there's
it.
any working class person, I don't know about Perth, but any working class person in Sydney knows the sound of the Dixie horn.
Yeah, 100%.
The lunch truck's arrived.
Lunch truck, it's here. There was something else that I found out today. Now, a mate of mine was telling me that um, New Zealand fish that is coming to Australia, to us here in Perth,
Yep.
well, and in Australia in general, is not
Mm.
from New Zealand.
Oh.
The New Zealand bass that is coming to Australia is actually from the dirty waters of Taiwan. And what they do is they ship it to New Zealand, and New Zealand stamps it, goes, New Zealand fish, and then sells it to Australia and says, oh, well, it was New Zealand fish.
Okay.
So I want to just do some quick research. Is
And by research, you
NZ
mean you're gonna buy one and cook it over that nice new fire pit you
I
have.
definitely will not. Is NZ fish.
Fair enough.
Definitely not this. You do not want Taiwan fish. New Zealand's freshwater fish database. It's not going to give
Mhm.
me a straight answer. I'm going to have to go to Chat GPT here. Chat GPT. Yeah, so it spun me out because I was like, shit, is that true? Is NZ fish bass from Taiwan.
Damn, I was seriously hoping you were going to say that it's actually snook from South Africa. I was going to be like, fuck yeah, I'm going. I'm going to get some. Because that's a damn good fish.
Look,
Yeah.
if this is true, it sounds like you're asking is whether the fish labeled as New Zealand bass is actually sourced from Taiwan and is sold into Australia under different labels. Short answer is sometimes seafood can be rebranded or misleading labeled, but it depends on the species and supplier. New Zealand bass usually means in Australia, New Zealand bass isn't a strict scientific name. It often market name used for a certain fish species is called hapuku or sea bass. Yes, in some cases, Australia imports a lot of seafood from Asia, including
Okay.
Taiwan. Some imported fish like farm, sea bass, and similar species may be processed or relabeled for retail. Well, there you go. That says it all.
It's pretty fair. I mean, I'm guessing that they're using the name New Zealand. What is it? New
New
Zealand, whatever it
Zealand
is.
bass is
New
not
Zealand
New
bass.
Zealand bass.
It sounds like they're just using it as a brand name, really. And they're buying this
Yeah,
bass from Taiwan and then sending it over here under
relabeling it.
their brand name, which I don't think would be too bad of a thing.
Well, I
We have a
wouldn't want to
we
eat fish
Aussies have a
from Taiwan.
yeah, fair. But we Aussies have a pretty high standard when it comes to food. You're one of said Aussies that have a pretty high standard when it comes to
I have
food.
a very high standard when
So
it comes
I
to food.
don't think
Ignore me
that
now. I'm
New
eating yogo and cheesecake.
okay, take that back. That actually sounds really good.
It's not too bad, to be honest. I thought it was a weird mix, but it's not actually too bad.
I mean, what is it for you there? Fucking 8 minutes past 4 in the afternoon,
Mm.
and you
I've just
okay,
finished doing a fire
okay.
pit.
That's
I was gonna be, I'm
understandable.
gonna be doing. I was gonna be doing a cottage pie this afternoon, but it turns out it's got
Uh,
mouldy with 1 day left on the expire date. Um,
Ooh, okay, that's something you could probably take that up with whatever shop you bought it from.
uh, yeah, the
Because
missus just threw it out.
if it's within that expiry period, you should be able to take it back and get your money back at least. Swap it out for a good one.
Well, at least swap it out for a good one. Yeah, no, I told her
Mm.
that would have been the smarter idea, but we put it in the bin.
Or
I think at this
or
point it's
and
just
get
like,
this, figure out which neighbor you don't like or you like the least, and then just dump it in their backyard somewhere.
well, I got all good neighbors, so all mine are military. So all my neighbors are
Okay.
military. The one that's actually at the back of us just here,
Mhm.
he's actually a doctor. So
Okay.
it's
All right.
not too bad. Like he's a good neighbor. He's not bad. He's a good bloke.
I'll figure
And
maybe
then the
maybe
other guy said,
figure out which one works at the nearest used car dealership.
I should have grabbed a drink. Why didn't I
100% you
think of
should
that?
have. I grabbed a drink. I got one here.
Yeah, you got the best
Except
Carlton
you
Dry.
don't absolutely, but
You know
you don't
that?
drink the booze, do you?
No, I don't.
No,
I am completely alcohol free.
that's
On
good.
that Carlton Dry can, what does
Yeah.
it say on there?
Carlton, you want me to read the whole can? I mean, it's got a lot of this stuff.
No, no, the other stuff that's on the down the bottom there under your fingers, is it on the can or is it only on the box?
Okay, that's 92000. No,
T-
that's the barcode.
yeah,
So
yeah,
on the actual can, it says Carlton Dry, lower carb, ultra
that's the
smooth,
one,
low
lower carb.
bitterness, low carb beer. Yeah,
Why is Carlton Dry all low carb?
that's what the dry means.
Yeah, but all low carb? What if someone doesn't want low carb Carlton Dry, but they like the taste, but they don't want the actual low
But then you
carb?
get Carlton Draft. Carlton Draft tastes the same, but Carlton Dry has less carbs.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
I asked that same question to the guy at the bottle shop because I was buying a carton for my uncle. And
Yep.
I said, "Oh, what's the difference between the Carlton Dry and the Carlton Draft?" And he couldn't tell
Mm.
me.
It's the
You've
same
just
as
answered
Tooheys
it.
Extra
I
Dry.
wanted to see if you knew.
I know. I know because I drink both.
Yeah,
They do
exactly.
taste the same. Tooheys Extra Dry as well. Tooheys Extra Dry is the
Extra dry.
same flavor as Tooheys New. Actually,
Yeah,
you don't
okay.
have Tooheys over there, do you?
Yeah, no, we got Toys. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, we
fair
got
enough.
Toys. Not that many people drink it, but they've made it cheap where if, people are
Mm.
on a budget going away on a holiday, people just go, yeah, Toys. or
I
mostly the
feel
sporting clubs
like
have
a
Tooheys.
Tooheys.
All the sporting clubs, they have Tooheys there. A lot of them
Yep,
stock it.
yep,
So it's yeah, it is like, when I used to drink, it wasn't too bad, but, I haven't drunk in so long. One, my body just doesn't
yeah,
allow it anymore. Yeah, I can't drink anymore. I've got ulcers which have stopped me from drinking or enjoying that pleasure of just having one beer. If I have
yeah.
one beer, I end up in ER. I have
That's
one
fair.
Jack's, just a can of Jack's, I'll end up in ER because it
Mm,
just
mm,
sets off all the ulcers, sets all the ulcers off in my esophagus, all the way through down my throat into my stomach,
yeah.
and just sets it all off. And then all before you know, I've got so much acid running through my body that my body just can't cope. Body starts to feel like it's having a heart attack. It's
No, well,
changing some.
that's fair.
Ugh. So
And I mean, I know you'll probably look at me and you think, "Ah, you drink a lot," because
no,
every time you talk to me,
I
excuse me,
think
every
it's
time you
the
talk to me,
best time to be drinking is when you're in these situations. Like, it's just a chill, you wanna have a drink,
yeah,
sit by the fire pit. I wish I could drag this outside right now, and I could be having this conversation by the fire pit just going,
you
"Let's
could do it
chill
on
and
your
talk
phone.
shit."
I honestly, when you sent me those videos earlier of yourself just chilling by the fire, which, by the way, jealous. All right, I really am jealous. The bottom of my fire pit rusted out last winter, and I haven't got a new one. But
$60 from Bunnings are on
yeah,
special. Go
yeah,
grab one.
I
It's a
know,
rusting
I
one,
know,
not too bad.
I know.
Afterpay, afterpay.
What am I paying off when I have to pay now? I'm paying something off.
You know what's worse is, so
Yeah.
I got excited this fortnight because I was like, "You know what? I'm getting rid of Afterpay. I'm gonna pay $500 off. I'm only gonna have
Yeah.
$500 to go." And to my credit, I did it. 30
Mhm.
seconds later, I was at Bunnings and spent $600 odd dollars. Afterpay.
Um,
The fire pit was more expensive to get done than what
mm,
I thought.
I
It
bet.
was it was full on. It's yeah,
I'll just
Pebbles.
go back to the beers thing really quickly, right? So you know how I'm always drinking Carlton Dry when we're chatting, right? When I go up to my in-laws' place, I switch to Tooheys Extra Dry. Okay. Two reasons for that. Reason number one being that it's easier to come by up there. And
Yeah, right.
reason number two is that my father-in-law drinks Tooheys New, which is also in a blue can.
And Tui's
Uh,
new. Is it anything new about it?
well, as far as I know, Tooheys New's been around for about 40 years, so no, not really.
No, no,
But
no. So
anyway,
nothing,
I
nothing new
digress.
about it.
Tooheys New comes in a dark blue can as well, whereas Tooheys Extra Dry comes in a bright green can. So one of
Yeah,
the reasons why I
right.
make
Okay.
the switch when I go up there is because it makes it easier to tell our drinks apart.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to. Yeah, I wouldn't be having blue on blue. That's for sure. You'll end up picking his up and going, "What the fuck is this?"
I mean, he probably wouldn't care if I picked one of his out of the fridge, but you
It's
know,
probably good that you color code your drinks, even when you're with your mates going camping and shit, and you throw all your
yeah,
drinks in
yeah,
the
yeah.
same fucking esky, and they're like, "Okay, you drink yours, I'll drink mine. Let's not mix it." Imagine if everybody just bought the same drink. And you're like, how the fuck are you meant to tell how many you've had? By the time you're that half cut, you're like, "I had 10 left." No, no, you had 3 left. I had no. You see that just going south
I
so quick.
actually I had one of my kids pulled me up on something similar to that. Um,
Oh,
last year during the footy season because I
okay.
was at my mate's place. My mate and I, we both drink Carlton Dry, and I'm sitting there. The coffee table is filled with cans, right? Mind you, only about 4 of them were mine. So I
No
sent
way.
the son a picture of the TV screen and the score and everything because he's an avid Tigers fan. He loves the West Tigers. Right. Mostly because it's the only team I can actually take him to see because the West Tigers are based here in Campbelltown. So I just pay the
Yeah.
pay the $30 at the gate and we go sit on the grass and
There
watch
you
them
go,
play.
sit in. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I sent him a photo and it happened to have the coffee table full of beer cans in it. And he's like, "Dad,
Oh,
too
no.
many beers."
Yeah, no, don't worry about the bloody, football
I'm like,
score. It's, too many beers. No, they're not mine.
bro, most of those aren't mine. Relax.
Chill, chill. Don't tell
It's
your
just
mother.
that. Yeah, exactly. It's like Uncle Corey's been at home by himself all weekend and he's been drinking. Okay, I've only been here for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm
Only
not that
4 of
quick,
those are
fella.
mine.
Yeah, I'm still driving home, son. He's not though.
Oh, no, hell no. I don't drive home when I go to his place.
Yeah, nah. See, I reckon living in country town that's probably a plus because really
Uh,
you
uh,
don't have to drive anywhere. You could walk
mm,
and you're still
you
within
can
walking
walk.
distance. Now, where I am in Beverly, you cannot walk because town is like 30 kilometers away. So you definitely cannot
Yeah.
walk there unless I lived in town with Uncle Jeff, in which case
I
then I
mean,
could probably walk there. But it's still it's a tight little knit community, and that's what I
uh,
like about
uh,
country towns. Everybody knows everyone, so if something's out of place, it's very quickly picked up on by someone.
yeah, I miss that about small towns. Everyone
Yeah.
sort of knows your business, and it's not necessarily a bad thing either.
Well, that's it. Sometimes it's actually a good thing that everyone knows everything about everyone because someone new comes in, tries to mess around with how things are done.
Mm. But
It
it's
slowly
not
shuts
only
down.
that, it's like if you unexpectedly fall ill or something like that,
Well,
um,
yeah, that too.
suddenly, somebody from Woolies, the local Woolies, starts to realize that, hey,
Haven't seen this.
Ryan hasn't come in like he normally does on a Tuesday afternoon to do his shopping. I'm going to go check in on him, see what's up.
Yeah, well, that's also good about small country towns because they do check in on you, which is good,
Yeah.
especially if they know what your routine is.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I've got the e-scooter, actually. It's easier for me to get to and from work, easier for me to get to and from my mates' places because, they're all pretty close.
And that's what you need. You need close
Mm.
proximity to everyone. I'm just checking my fire pit to make sure my outdoor area hasn't burnt down yet, and it's still going strong. So I lit the fire just to get the photos and to get everything. I'm quite proud that I finished that off.
You got to do it for the gram, man.
Got to do it for the gram, get those likes and get all that up. And then, yeah, I came inside and recorded and didn't really keep sitting out there. We get really strong wind, so it would just interfere with the communication when we're trying to talk and record.
Although I must say, the the background silencing on Riverside is very good.
Yeah, I'd say Riverside's really good. I do like
Mm.
that. They do have some pretty cool features.
They really need to start giving us a discount for the amount that we plug them.
I know, right? Everybody go to Riverside. Join Riverside to podcast all your podcasts through Riverside.
Riverside.fm/in the zone for a 10% discount. No, 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 no. That one belongs to On Track Meals.
On Track Meals. Yes. Also, another
ontrackmeals.com.au/in the zone.
get all your hot meals here at a discounted price.
Full 10% discount, fully Australian made. And like, we're not kidding. This shit is not powdered. It's not dehydrated or anything like that. It's a proper
It
meal in a
tastes
bag. You just,
fucking
and I mean,
meat
what is it,
is
like
what it does.
$12 as it is? If you don't have the
12
discount,
bucks.
one of those bags costs $12. When last did you, Bagman, get a meal on site for less than $14?
Never. I think it's
Never.
cost me more than that. And these meals actually fill you up as well, which is fucking brilliant. And by the
Oh,
way,
yeah.
these guys do
Like a
not
proper
give
dinner.
us any freebies or anything. We generally
Not lately,
buy
anyway.
these, yeah, not lately. We absolutely buy these meals and we go on about them because they're just fucking brilliant.
They
If
are
you
good.
want to save
And
money, and it's also for those that go to shopping centers and spend $200-300 on a shop buying various meals where you can go on track meals, have it delivered to your house, spend 240 bucks if you so
uh
wish, and you've got probably 3 weeks worth of food compared to going to the shop to spend 240 bucks and walking out with maybe 4 meals.
I mean, between the pair of us, right, we have four different applications that we can take these meals on, right?
Yeah,
Because you got your prospecting, you go out into the outback and you go and gold pan every now and then.
yeah,
Then you got me, or both of us as ex-traffic controllers. It's fantastic
yeah.
to turn up to site and actually have a good quality meal that you
And
didn't
just
have to
add
cook the
water.
night before. Just
Liquid,
add
sorry,
water.
just add liquid. Add liquid of any
Okay.
sort, but
Then there's me as a bus driver. Like I've said many times, it's kind of unpredictable as to where I'm going to get a lunch break. So
yeah, you're
these things are
somewhere
quite
out in
compact,
the
actually.
yeah, it's like your job now that you have, like where you're lucky you've had on track meals. That's like
Yeah.
You've been out in the middle of nowhere just in
I
a bus
have.
bay, and I'm like, "Where are you?" And you're like, "Dude, in the middle of nowhere." I'm like, "Thank God for on-track meals then, eh?" Like,
Welcome to Leppington Station. The closest thing
yeah,
to a restaurant here is the vending machine on the other side of the Opal Court.
yeah. And it's also out of power, out of food, and overpriced at the moment.
What do you mean at the moment? It's always overpriced. $4.80 for a can of Coke. Are you kidding me?
What? $4.80?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No. Nah, I wouldn't even pay it.
And you
Nah,
know
run away.
what the best part is as far as that's concerned, right? We do have a lunch break room there. Okay, where you can go prepare your meals. My meals do not stink the lunch break out because I don't have to
Well,
microwave them.
don't you hate it when you get those co-workers and they've either got like curried egg or those egg sandwiches and they open it up and it just reeks like,
I got to say,
and you like,
a lot of my
I
coworkers
just,
are Indian, so
yeah, well, you're gonna have a lot of
some of
curries
those
in, aren't
break
you?
rooms, not so much the curries. I don't have a problem with that. Some of those break rooms, you open the door and you just get bowled over with the smell of microwaved fish.
Yeah, microwave fish.
Or
Yeah,
actually, you know what smells
nah.
worse to me than microwave fish is microwaved rice.
Yeah, nah. It's if you're gonna do it, you need to do it properly. You can't half-ass
Yeah,
good food.
exactly. You can't
So
half-ass good food.
I'm currently gonna cook the wife
And
some food because she's gonna get hungry.
no,
So
that's
ignore
fair.
me.
Speaking of food, hey, and then
That's it. Yum
one
yum.
on-track meals certainly do not half-ass their food. That's
No,
why I look forward to
they
every lunch break.
they have the best quality, and I'm yet to have any of their meals where it's not top quality. Like, yeah, I don't know how else
It's
to put it. Like, it's
literal chef quality food.
yeah.
And then there's
So they're not joking when they say it's quality because it is.
these things
It's top
actually
notch.
fit into your backpack or your bag really easily as well. A lot easier than a Tupperware container does, I've found. And then there was the fourth application, which is FIFO work.
FIFO. Yep, FIFO work.
You can turn up to work with a fortnight's worth of dinners
Yep.
practically in your carry-on luggage.
Carry-on luggage,
By the
and
time
when you
you
go
get
for
to the
crib, you
stuff,
ain't having to spend hours in the crib room, lined up,
mhm,
waiting to get in there, or fight for
for
the
food
good
that could be
food,
rotten.
getting, fucking gastro and all that kind of crap. You just
So
have an
many
on-track
times
meal.
I'm a member of quite a few FIFO groups on Facebook, and so many times you open Facebook and you see this photo of pancakes that have mold in the middle of them, and they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
They're sitting there under the sneeze guard in the kitchen, and they seriously expect people to eat this, so you don't have to put up with that shit with on-track meals.
Yeah, exactly right. You just go straight in, go and have your dinner, have your breakfast, and walk the hell out of there. You
Mhm.
don't have to line up with all that crap. Now, some sites are really good. Not all sites are bad. Some sites have respect for their food, but a lot of these companies are there to also make money. So, of course, they need to put on a display of food. That's part of their contract. They have to do it. But at the same
Mhm.
time, you don't have to eat shit. You need a good healthy meal. On track meals is it's healthy to a degree and it fills you
Mhm.
up. It's good enough for your lunch breaks that you get, especially with your morning tea. You don't get that long. 10 minutes, your food's done. Your break's what, 20 minutes for morning tea, and then you get an
Yeah,
hour for
yeah.
lunch. Within 10
Or
minutes, your
even
food's ready to go and set up. And you could
if
still
you
get it
save it for
ready while you're
dinner as
working.
well. Yeah, yeah,
That's it.
absolutely. And there's something
And then
else that
dinner time's even
complements.
better. You could be having dinner on the bus
Yeah.
on the way to back to camp. Like, you don't have to sit there and wait. You could literally have dinner on the way.
Or just have dinner in your room, really.
Yeah, well, that's it. Some sites that I've been to, right, you would have
Mm,
to walk 20 minutes till you get off the bus. Now, some sites say you cannot go into the wet mess area and get food straight after work because you're either dirty or smelly or whatever. Now, luckily for me,
mm.
I was an operator, so very rarely did I get dirty. But there was days
Yeah.
where I was dirty and you'd have to go eat at what's called the dirty mess, which means if you're dirty, you've got to go to the outback shack area, and it's this similar to the same food on the inside, but not as
Uh,
much
uh,
variety.
I'll be honest, I would be pretty dirty if I had to eat half the shit they serve on those sites.
Look, to be honest, it's very risky with some of the food that I've been on,
Mm,
and
mm.
fish and chips I wouldn't even touch with a bar of soap. Every night for me, though, if I wasn't having on-track meals, I would be going to the chef and I'd be saying, "Yeah, steak on the grill, thanks, mate. Medium rare, let's go." Sometimes it'd
Which,
be
by the way,
medium to well
on-track
done.
meals do sell.
Yes, they do. They
You
do
can just
indeed.
get a steak. You can get a steak in one of their little bag things, and you just
Yep.
heat it up with their water heater element. Where was I going to go with this? So I'm going to put a link in the description below once this episode goes up. But that's ontrackmeals.com.au/in the zone.
In the
And
zones.
yeah, seriously, you're living the dream. And you know what else complements the on-track meals? You got to carry water with you. Okay,
Yes.
Swagman knows where I'm going with this. These guys
Yeah, I
aren't a
do.
sponsor, but I bought one of their bottles the other day. Mind you, I bought a big 1 liter bottle, and it's in my favorite color, Swagman.
Yes,
It
you
is my
finally
favorite
got
color.
one.
It is that fluorescent blue. I absolutely love it. It's the color of my mouse, right? Not that you can
Indeed.
see
Yeah,
because
that's
you've
the
gone
one.
into the
Yeah, I
kitchen,
can
but
see it. I'm in the kitchen. I can see it.
the Aussie pal.
Aussie power. And I tell you what, we done a giveaway with these guys, and there was a lady that won, but unfortunately, she
Mm,
didn't
mm, mm.
follow the guidelines of the competition, which was to like, follow, and comment and share. I think it was as well. Like, follow,
Unfortunately,
comment, share. She did not
she
follow.
followed the wrong Facebook page. She followed
The wrong
a
face.
copycat,
Yeah, it was a
which, to
copycat
be
one,
fair,
and then it was
isn't her
yeah.
fault, but it's rules are rules,
Yes.
unfortunately.
And considering I posted the link, she didn't have to hunt it down. She just had to click on the link. So
Mm.
really it wasn't that hard. Now it did end up going to a gentleman, which
A
he
bloody
couldn't
lucky
believe it.
gentleman.
Yeah, so very lucky. He wasn't expecting it at all. He was just like, "Oh, I thought it was a gimmick." I was just like, "Well, no, it wasn't." So,
And you
and he
know
was very
what's
thankful. He was FIFO as well. So
absolutely, absolutely. You got to carry a lot of water around. I carry it around. Oh,
we've
okay.
you just dropped out there for a second.
I did, yeah. I carry it around in the bus. I use it to refill my little water bottle that sits in the cup holder. And it's fantastic. This thing keeps just regular water, no ice. It keeps that stuff cold for like 8 hours.
8 hours. What?
And it's got that silicone base, so there's no sliding around of the bottle or anything like that.
Yeah. And how cold does it stay? Is yours also 48 hours, is it?
Well, like I said, I don't really put ice in it. So the last time I did put ice in it, it probably stayed frozen for about 12 hours or so.
Yeah. I
I was
love
able to
mine.
refill the bottle twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got
And
3
it's
good
still
liters
cold.
out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got the big one, which I think
Mm,
mine's
mm.
is it 4 liters? I
You got the
think mine is.
4-liter jug.
Yeah, the
I would have
juggernaut.
got the 4-liter, but it doesn't fit in my bag.
No, and it's very big, very bulky. Now, I only got it because of FIFO, and you've just got to
Mm.
drink a lot of water when you're out there, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's solely the only reason that I did get it. Was because without it, so I'm cooking at the same time and spat it all over myself. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and to be quite fair, it was great because while the boys were having warm to hot drinks, I had icy cold water the whole day, and they were shocked because
Mm.
at morning tea break, they're just like, "Fuck, man, I need to go to the ice room." I'm like, "Well, I don't." They're like, "What have you got?" And I told them, "Aussie Power." I was like,
Got
"Yeah, it's
Aussie
big and
pal.
bulky." I said, "It's big and bulky, but, you leave it up here on site because you get a permanent room and you're not having to carry it around all the time."
Yeah.
So, it pays for itself, um, and you can claim it back on tax. So,
That
yeah,
is what I got on Afterpay. Yeah, that's right. The
the
Aussie
Aussie
pal
Power.
jug. For
It's,
now,
yeah, honestly the best investment. So,
it's a good
if you're a
investment, really
FIFO
good
worker,
investment. If
I
you just
highly recommend it.
generally work outdoors, if you're not working
Well,
in
even civil, yeah,
in close,
civil or
not even civil, just if you're not
office,
someone who works in close proximity to a tap, get one of these jugs, all right? And
get a jug,
it's got a sipping straw. It's also got a chugging, what do you call it? A chug hole.
a chug hole.
So that's what I use to pour water from the Aussie Pal into my just my little water bottle. The chug
And
hole. Well, I'm stopped at the
honestly,
lights.
hot or cold, you're laughing. You don't really have any issues with it. Some people are like, "Oh, it doesn't stay cold." If you follow the instructions on what you've got to do, you'll be fine. If
I mean,
you
seriously, if
go
you
out
need
there
it
and
to be
put 4
cold, put
cubes in
ice
it,
in it.
yeah, if you want it to stay cold, you've actually got to put ice in it. It's just not going to magically go cold because, hey, you put water in it, you put ice in it, and it keeps the ice that cold that you don't have to get more ice by lunch. This
Yeah.
thing will go for 2, 3 days. I personally can verify that it will last you up to 2 to 3 days, especially
Mm,
my
mm,
one.
mm.
My one did. I didn't have any issues. After 2 days, mine was still going strong. So, yeah, I highly recommend it for anyone wanting to try something new. Sick of your regular water bottles. Sick of I've got no cold meals, no cold drinks. Well, there you go.
Absolutely. They're a good thing.
Yeah,
But,
highly recommend.
yeah, I went to the movies the other day, Swagman.
Yeah, is
Myself
there
and my
something
mate
new
off to
out?
the movies. There's always
And
something
who
new out,
paid?
but I paid. I paid.
You paid. He did not.
Yeah, of course. If I'm inviting you to the movies, you don't have to pay. It's my invite. But
Yeah.
anyway, he paid for the snacks and the beers afterwards, but I didn't
Oh, I
ask
will
him
take that.
to. It wasn't part of the deal.
But it was muchly appreciated because a beer after a long movie just goes down quite well.
And this was a 2.5 hour long movie.
Oh, yes. I think you
Yeah.
need beers during that movie by the sounds of it.
That's kind of it's one of the reasons why I chose Gold Class for this
Ah,
particular movie.
yes.
But it's one that I've really been looking forward to. It's Project Hail Mary.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I've
what is
been a
that one
fan
about?
of
I've heard of that, but I haven't actually seen the trailer yet.
I've been a fan of the book ever since it came out in 2021. It's by
Okay.
the book is by the same author that wrote The Martian.
Martian, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So what it's about is an astronaut wakes up with no memory. Actually, he's not an astronaut. He makes that very perfectly clear.
But he is an
He,
astronaut.
yeah, he's a guy who gets sent to space, spoiler alert, against his will, okay?
Yeah.
He finds that out a bit later on in the movie when his memory starts to come back because he wakes up after a long cryo sleep in a different star system and meets this little alien bloke who he becomes friends with. So it turns out the reason that he's there and the reason his little alien friend are there is that there is something that is essentially eating our sun. Okay, and eating the alien friend's son as well. And they have to figure out why this particular star that they've gone to doesn't have that issue, because all the other
Yeah.
stars around that one star, Tau Ceti, they're all infected with this stuff and they're all getting dimmer slowly, but except for this one. So these guys have been sent to the Tau Ceti star system to find out why. So
Yeah.
throughout the course of the movie, they meet up, they overcome the language barrier and the culture barrier, and they end up figuring out what's going on and sending answers back to Earth and back to this little alien guy's planet.
Okay.
Now, like I said, I've been a fan of the book ever since it came out. So I
And
had
they
high
managed to turn it
expectations
into
for
a
this movie.
yeah.
I
Now, was your
saved.
expectations met?
Yes.
Is more the point. Okay, so the anticipation of it was actually worth the wait.
I mean, Ryan Gosling plays the lead in it.
Okay. When's it due to come out on Prime? Has it only just come out in theatre?
It's due to come out on Prime in April.
In April. Okay, so we don't have that long left. And I will watch it based on the fact that you say it's a good one. So I will watch it. I will spend those 2 hours watching it.
I think you might like
Is
it.
it still in the cinema now? Or is it
It's
already
it's actually
left?
only been in the cinema for 2 weeks.
Right, okay, so it's
But the
almost
thing
probably
is,
due to come out.
have you seen the Sony Spider-Man movies?
I have seen some of them because my
Yeah.
son is a advert for Spider-Man. He will
You
not
know,
let me live it down.
the Miles Morales movies.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you've seen them.
indeed.
So the cinematographers, or the pair of cinematographers who worked on those movies, also worked on Project Hail Mary.
Right, okay. Makes
Mm.
sense.
And the thing is, because they are, it's funny you mentioned Prime, right? Because it's a Sony movie, it's coming straight to Prime
Yeah,
because
right. Even
they
better.
have a deal. Remember that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Once it finishes in cinemas, well, I don't think it'll even finish in cinemas. I think it's going to run on the streaming platform as well as in the cinemas.
Yeah, okay. So we're actually gonna get quite a bit like out of them in terms of variety this year.
Yep. Now let's
Oh,
put it
even
this
better.
way: this particular movie cost $140 million to make.
Oh, what?
It has made $400 million in 3 weeks.
Wow. Okay, I
Yeah,
might actually try and get to go watch that. That's insane.
it's a great movie, and I think you'll love it.
That anything that Ryan Gosling's usually in is a pretty good fucking movie. It's the same with Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think any
exactly.
movie that they're in is
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
crazy. Like it's always going to be good. Jack Black went out on his own and did Anaconda, and
Yep.
to be fair, I love Jack Black. I love how like the trailer looks great. Am I going to spend $24 to $28 to buy it when I'm not able to rent it? No. Until I'm able to rent it, and actually watch it first, I'm not going to buy it for $28. This is not going to happen.
No, fair
Love you,
enough.
bro, but
Absolutely not.
your movie can't be that good for $28.
Although the Jack Black movie that I'm probably going to end up watching this year is Super Mario Brothers Galaxy.
Yeah. That one, that was what my son was going about. He's like, "There's a new Super Mario out." And I was like, "Where?"
No, I don't give a fuck. I'm not
It's
taking the kids. That's for me to watch.
exactly. I want to watch this shit in peace. There's a few movies there where you want to watch them with your kids, but at the same time, you want to go there and watch it by yourself. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I would usually do is I'll go watch the movie during the week by myself, and then I'll be like, "Okay, kids, this movie, we'll go to the movies, or we'll watch it when it comes out on Disney or whatever." And I'll just pretend that I've never seen the movie before.
I think that's what Tess and I ended up doing with the original Mario movie. Okay, I
Yeah.
say the original one. I mean the original one with Chris Pratt, not the original from fucking the 1980s, which really sucked ass.
Yeah, indeed it did.
So we have a budget cinema nearby here.
A budget cinema.
Yeah, a budget cinema. They cost, well, a couple of years
What
ago, they
happened
were
to the
charging,
drive-in theaters?
oh, we still have them
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, and you can just drive
But,
in, tune in on the radio, and eat your popcorn from the car.
yep, yep.
Yeah, that's
But
sick.
I digress. We have a budget cinema here, so they were charging $8.50 a ticket. Tess and I went to watch the movie
Mm.
without the kids, the Mario Brothers movie, and then the next weekend when I had the kids, we took them to watch Super Mario Brothers, and like you said, just pretended I'd never seen this before.
Didn't see this. Don't know what you're on about, kids. This is great.
Just go up to the desk clerk and be like, "Yeah, no, just 5 for Super Mario Brothers. Didn't you watch this last week? No, shut up.
No, I was not
No
here.
one asked you. Stop talking now."
Yes, I was not here. No, we watched a different movie. Wasn't Super Mario.
Must have been someone else who's over 6'4" and has black hair.
Yeah, and wears this beard as well. Yeah,
Not
that's the
this,
other thing.
not this,
How
not this
come your
scraggly beard. I don't
employees
have a beard.
do they ever say, "Oh, you need to shave your beard off" or anything like that, or are they pretty chill around that? Because there's places
In
that I've worked in, and you've got to be
hmm,
completely clean shaven. Like I know with FIFO, they prefer you to be clean shaven, depending on your job role. Obviously, if you're
yeah,
really
yeah.
pally power with the managers, they're not going to say anything.
There are some. They try to get me into a few of them with traffic control, and I told them to get stuffed.
Yep, nah.
Because they picked up this nice big contract. One of the companies I worked for picked up this nice big contract working in the tunnels on the motorway. And I'd had experience with this before because one of my previous bosses tried to trick me into it too. And they went, "Oh no, come in for the mask fitting on Saturday." And I was like, "Mask fitting? Is this an airtight mask by any chance?" "Oh yeah. It's going to be an airtight mask. We have these guys coming from JCar to fit the masks. They're custom made to everyone's faces." And I went, First of all, and most importantly, are you paying me to come into the office on a Saturday? No, we're not. I'm not driving 40 minutes. I'm not driving 40 minutes on a Saturday for something you're not going to fucking pay me for. And
that's number one.
Yep, that's number one. And secondly, I'm going to go ahead and guess that you're going to ask me to shave in a minute, aren't you? Well, yes, that's how the masks work. I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Soz. No.
There are
And not
plenty of
only
other
that-
jobs out there that don't require me to be clean shaven, and so I'm not going to do it.
And most of the time they do a mask fit and you never end up fucking wearing the mask. And it's just like, why the fuck would you take me for a mask fit and then not ever wear the mask? Like, what the fuck's the point?
They're huge on it over here, mostly because, you know, in those sort of jobs, you're pretty public facing. Everyone's got to wear them.
Up the front.
You know, people are constantly driving past you. They're constantly seeing you, and they're constantly asking, why is that guy not wearing a mask? This is a smoky tunnel. There's a lot of fumes. I'm in a TMA. Love. Why should I wear a mask?
If I get out, then maybe.
I got a mate who drives TMAs. He actually lives up the road from me, and even he's got to wear them inside the damn truck. He sends me stuff on.
I would not.
He'll send me stuff on Snapchat with him wearing this bloody bulbous fucking gas mask looking thing from the Second World War.
Yeah, nah. I think a lot of people just need to chill out, especially all the Karens that are out there. And they just need to chill and just fucking calm down. Just mind your own business. Go about your day. If there's an issue, the managers will pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, it's become a joke now. Now, the other thing I wanted to bring up, now, I don't know if this is happening over in Sydney, but I know in Brisbane, they've made it that if you're under 16 years old, you cannot have a e-bike or e-scooter.
That's fair.
So
that is fair.
I think it's fair. I think it's it needs to happen because a lot of kids have just got so much disrespect lately that it's out of control.
Yeah.
You've got kids beating up on other teachers. The Baldivis Times, which is our local community news that we get here online, is basically the one that broke that story. They are the one that broke that story. And this was a kid that was beating up on a substitute teacher, and they're just powerless to do anything at all. Now, the kid got suspended, I think, for 10 days or something. Slap in the face, really. Now, the mistake that the government
that should be an assault
and the police
charge right there.
made was that they would not charge young offenders and carry on their charges into their adulthood. They made the mistake by making that more public than they had to. Now, if they just didn't bring that to light, I think things would be a lot different. But they brought it to light and the word got out. And now you've got a bunch of kids stealing cars, thumbing their nose at authority because they know when they hit 18, well, by juvie record, it doesn't matter. Like, it's a complete...
That is not true. That is something that they believe, and it's not true.
Yeah.
The whole juvie record thing relies entirely on how bad your crime actually was. If it's something like car theft or if it's an assault or a murder, that shit doesn't go away.
No, that shit's going to carry over. And this is what they need to understand is if you think committing crimes and then when you hit 18 it's going to disappear, think again. It doesn't. And even if it did, and it vanishes from the record, if you try to get a job in law enforcement or paramedic or a firefighter or any kind of government job later on down the track, they can pull up your juvie record. Now, you might not get a physical copy that says, yeah, he's got this record. It's always going to be there in the database. It's not going to disappear.
And that's the thing.
It will still go against you.
As someone who actually does have a criminal record, I can tell you that even though they say after the 7 years, which is the statute of limitations on certain things, it'll go away, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It will never go away, right?
No.
The only thing that goes away is a municipal judge's ability to take that offense into consideration.
Yep.
So say, in my case, I had an assault charge back in 2011. If I look up my criminal record right now, it's still there. They don't delete it. It's not gone. It's just that if you go to court again, the judge will not will not take that into consideration.
It just gets basically wiped as something that can be used against you, but it never fully disappears. Now, you can apply to have spent convictions through the local police department and have your record cleared here in WA, but it'll only clear from your end. Now, if your
Yeah.
employer
Yeah.
says, "Oh, we even want to check spent convictions," now your record's going to be public again because they can now see what you were charged with from
Yeah,
spent
because it's still
convictions.
there. It's
Which
still
is
on the
it's
on the
still
record.
there. Everything's
Yeah.
still there. And I think that's what kids these days don't understand is they just think, I'm gonna be a little shit till I get closer to 18, and then I'll start thinking about my life.
But
What
I
they
think
need
that
to
is
understand
something.
now is they need to start carving their path a lot earlier because there's certain jobs that they're gonna try and get when they're older, and so they're not gonna be able to get them because they're gonna be like, "Hey, you've got a juvie record. You're not getting this job.
Yeah.
See you later."
But this is something we should talk about in the next episode. All right, because
Yes.
we're reaching the hour mark.
We are too.
Yes, we are. So we will say goodbye to all the good folks for this particular week and tune in again next Friday when the next upload comes up.
All
And
right,
we will
guys, take it
continue
easy.
talking about these criminal records because that was quite an interesting subject this week, mate.
It is. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.